Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jasneet Singh aka Innovative Coder from Innovative Coder Workstation, and today we'll be talking about our next module, which is lists. So we have covered the conditions and loops, and now we'll be covering lists and dictionaries. As you can see on the screen, we have the Jupyter notebook as usual. So we'll be talking about lists, right? So what are lists? Lists are basically the the alias version of arrays what you have in Java and C++. How can we create them, and what all we can do is what we'll be seeing in the upcoming videos and in this video as well. So suppose we need to create a list of some variables of some numbers or some variables. How we can do that? We can use these square brackets. Um, no, yep. So we can use these square brackets for creating a list. Yep, and we'll be seeing how can we typecast a list also in later video, right? So as of now, let us suppose we have a list, and what we can do is we can basically why we need lists is something which is of major concern, because we were having tuples, and what is the need, what is the demand, why is the need of using a list? So first of all, tuples were immutable, but list we can change the data, we can amend the data, we can append the data, we can do all of that stuff. We can change some entries from between, and all of that stuff. In list we can have multiple data type, we can store multiple data types. Okay, so starting with the syntax, suppose we have a list like this, right? So A is a list. What we can do is we can specify the elements, and similarly we can see the type of A, right? So we have list, we have a list A. If we print the A, we have 1 2 3, which is a list, and we have the type of A as a list, right? Suppose we have creating lists, right? Okay, okay, okay. Next we can do something like list, and the list will be created, and we can see we have an empty list, right? Similarly, we can specify the data over here in square brackets, right? In square brackets we can specify the data, and alternatively what we can do is we can pass A also, right? So we have 1 2 3 right in front of you. Okay, okay. We can do a lot of interesting stuff with this with these lists. In further videos we'll be seeing what all we can do. And coming over to the next thing is, suppose we have A3, so make it A2 is equals to lists A, which we have seen earlier. Yep, so we know what the output will be, so let us not compile it as of now. Alternatively, what you can do is we can have the iterations on this thing also. For I in range, so we can use something known as range, which we have seen in the for loop, right? For I in range 10, A4 maybe is equals to A4 is equals to I, or let us see 0 for I in range 10, and we make a list of this, right? So we make a list, and now we'll be printing A4. So what we get is we get a 10 elements array, basically a list, a 10 elements list whose size is 10, containing all zeros. What we can also do is we can have A5 is equals to the same thing, which we copy, and okay, yeah, A5 is equals to this, but instead of 0 what we can have is I, right? We can have I, and okay, so A5, let us print A5, and we have 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 elements till 9. and further we can have I into I, so we get a squared array. We get a squared number array, right? So that's all for this video, and we'll be continuing some more interesting stuff on lists in the further videos.